I don't have the abilities or the skill set in order to execute on that. And quite frankly, I don't have the appetite for that right now. That's one of my favorite things in life to say, because even in my position where I am, I get a bunch of different venture capital guys that are like, you have so much money, tens of millions of dollars, a lot of times just even sitting in different accounts across the world, some of which is being managed by big wealth management firms, some which is being privately managed by me and my family office. And they always look at that and they're like, you've got money and you've got an audience, so why don't you get into the venture capital game and start investing in businesses, roll up companies, then sell that on? And the thing that I say to them is, I don't have the appetite for that right now. And quite frankly, for where I am right now, I don't believe I have the skill set. And when I know I'm ready, I'm going to go from making tens of millions a year to potentially even hundreds of millions a year. But I think it's very important to be wise. It's very important to be aware. And it's very important to know where are you in your journey and pick the right vehicle for that. Now, if you want to find the right vehicle for you this year, what is the best place to get started with an online business? It's probably the question I get asked more than anything else. Well, then I want you to click the YouTube video that I'm going to leave in the description. It's my most popular YouTube video to date, and I basically create a money-making matrix that compares the most popular 8 to 9 business models. And basically from there, I'm going to show you the pros, the cons, so that way you can get a clear understanding of what might work best for you. So I'll go ahead and leave that YouTube video as the first line in the description, and hopefully that helps you understand why, even to this day, I recommend certain business models that I no longer do because I'm in a different stage of life. I'm no longer at the stage of life where I'm looking at the $100,000 a year or the $300,000 a year or even the few $1 million a year opportunities. Unless the opportunity is 10 or multiple tens of millions a year, or it's the opportunity to eventually cash out my equity for hundreds of millions, well, then that's just not where my head's at my current stage. But the thing that I'm so grateful for was that I have always been very wise. I've always understood when is it time to press and when is it time to not? Because a lot of it has to do with how much ammunition do you have right now. As it currently stands, I am more powerful than I have ever been. I have more resources than I've ever had. Between all the companies having 150 employees, I have someone for everything. I have people in my corner for every single problem that the businesses may face. Whereas even 3 years ago, I didn't have that sort of ammunition. And 3 years ago, I was smart enough to say, hey, a very difficult business, for example, like my software companies, maybe now is not the right time. Maybe let me stick to some of the easier business models, which I was actually implementing back then. So, really all of this to say that understand you need to pick the right vehicle for the right phase of your life. Now, the next daily habit that made me a multi-millionaire by 21 is creating rather than consuming. For example, I've always never been the biggest fan of watching football because rather than watching it, I'd rather just go play it.